Alright, so we're getting underway here. We got Anatolia. This is an RTSL game, game 1 between DoD A and DoD C. So in this game, on the left side for DoD C, we've got Armani playing Raw. Over on the middle in the pocket, we have Strasus playing Gaia. And on the bottom right, we've got Viral playing Raw. So we got Raws on both sides, which are quite strong on this map. But it's a bit unfortunate for them that their Addy spawn in the pocket, because that walking time is brutal. On the top right side here, we have for DoD A Brickhead playing Thor. In the pocket, we've got Joe playing Isis, and Omega on the top playing Zeus. So Doc went down. All is well for these players. Omega's Doc actually seems a little bit slow. Armani's, who builds slower Docs, already... Oh, never mind. He empowered. That's why. Whoops. What happened here to my resolution? Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. So Strasus actually opted to use the forest here. That's probably the worst forest he could have cast, because his teammate's not using it, and he's only got one villager using it. So, you know, it would be so much better if he casted it somewhere else. At least somewhere where he could share the forest with his teammate, or put more than one villager himself. Over here we have Brickhead having gone to the bottom, and so it's basically a 2v2 on the water on the bottom side. What's going on with this? Why does my game keep moving? So weird. Anyways, sorry about that. I'm gonna just minimize OBS so that doesn't happen anymore. On the bottom side here, we got Armani using the Pharaoh and Priest wisely. I would like to see him empowering a Doc at some point, but I don't think that's going to happen. So second forest goes down, and I'm trying to figure out where did he used the second forest in his base, so he's really not interested in helping his team this game. He's all about forcing for himself. Meanwhile, Joe's throwing down his temple here in the pocket, and he really doesn't have very much fish. I would expect him to have a lot more fish than this. He's only got 6 boats. Could be because he was in the pocket, but still, if you look at Brickhead, he's got 6, 7, 10 boats right now. And it's good aggression from Viral actually getting his nice fair share of the fish, taking this spot here. So both of these players have maximized their fish, and looks like Viral is going to be on 12 spots because he's taken thus far 3 full spots and just needs 2 more boats there. So forward build from Brickhead, this doesn't surprise me at all. They're going to go heavy pressure on the actual docks, both land and water, and then once they kind of win that, they can easily transition into nice TC boom because he's building right beside that town center. So I like this play a lot. Meanwhile, Strasus is going to scout, but he's up pretty late, and he's kind of got a mess going on here. He's up. He should be having his villagers on wood, and looks like he is going to do that right now. He leaves one on food. That's a mistake. He definitely does not need a villager on food. And yeah, so he's got 4 on wood, 2 on gold, because he still has this one. He just garrisoned it, so he's going to throw down his second dock here. So he's actually upping with 3 wood, 2 gold, and 1 food. That's really, really bad. He's up really late, and anyways, focus on the game here. So Joe's putting down his standard house spam, defending this gold mine as much as possible. Omega is not doing anything too crazy, but he does have a massive fish boom. If we look, he's got 5, 8, 11, 16. He's got 18 fishing ships. That is massive. With that many fishing ships, it's a good thing that Armani is doing the same thing. But we should see Omega spiral out of control in this game based on his fish boom thus far. Let's take a quick look at the economy upgrades. Hand axe pickaxe for Omega, just pickaxe for Joe, but hand axe is finished now, so both there. Brickhead has just hand axe, and let's see, yeah, it doesn't work, I guess, for an obs. Over here, Viral's got both, that's nice. Strasus doesn't have any of them, as expected for an Addy. And Armani has both hand axe pickaxe. So let's take a look at the action here. We've got some early pressure going on. A nice Chimera used from Strasus there, manages to get one of Brickhead's boats, so that's really important, defending this location. We've got a little bit of idle time here for Viral, but it's not too bad. It's only a few spots. Actually, it's 6 spots, so it does hurt a little bit. In the early fights here, we do have some nice battles, but Viral making micro mistakes here. Nice job from Joe microing those boats away, making these 2 boats chase forever. A bit of chaos going on here in all sorts of ways. Strasus only has 2 boats. He doesn't have nearly enough boats to help in this location, so it's pretty tough for Viral. At the same time, Brickhead is pressuring on the land, but we do have a Wadjet here doing some work. Finally, though, Joe's Sphinx and Priest are coming in, so they have the land secured on lockdown. They also have the water secured. So far, Strasus hasn't made enough boats, and he's actually lost a few too many boats as well. A little bit better micro on the side of the right. Well played. Yeah, it's either way, it doesn't work, because I'm an obs night killer. So nice pressure here, just doing a lot of work. They're killing more boats than they're losing while taking down docks, which is kind of what I expected to see. Meanwhile, on the top side, we got 12 Kennebits there, so Omega is slightly behind in the Kennebit count, but it doesn't matter because he's not being pushed off his massive amounts of purse sign fish. And we should see him, there you go, he's up Dionysus, and that will secure the water for himself. Thank you, it's T. So Viral's recognizing they're losing water, and so he's getting shadow. That's nice. But meanwhile, 2 DoDs are actually going up to the heroic age. And none of the DoD sees a good defensive Carnivora there. But he kind of ran his ships in, so they're backing nicely. But Viral is going to be off the water very, very soon. He is going to be struggling to get back in this game, but he needs to grab town centers, and that's exactly what he's doing here. The same as Strasus is doing, and the same as Armani. So well played there from DOZC, recognizing so if we look again at the technologies being researched, we've got Armani a Pathor, that's great for a DODC. And there goes Dionysus. So the silos are going to come out now. Maybe. Where is the silo? He's starting to make his heroes. And he's securing this location so that he can grab this town center. Mentor should be able to take care of the Wadjet, no problem. Mentor just got a lot of armor relative to the Wadjet. So they're not going to be an issue here. Meanwhile, nice stable archery range going down, and you can see here that Joe has really extended his boom. He's using all the fish. Like, the DoD AoT is using, other than this 3 patch here, they're using all the available fish along the entire way. And Stratus has made a lot of boats here. It's a little bit of miscommunication, I feel like, between the DoDC players, because these boats could be used as a boom for Stratus. They've already lost the water and they're not going to accomplish anything, and Viral has quit water, so this is going to put Stratus quite far behind in this game. But the sea chips are actually attacking the dock and not the boats, so this fight isn't going as heavily in favor of DoDA as it could be. But there you go, now the boats are being microed, and a few more sea chips have come in, plus the Leviathan, so that'll clean up the rest of that water. So let's focus on the land now. We've got a rain going down and 11 farms. We still have another rain available from Armani, so that's going to help the raw players really recover from the water losses in this game. There goes Bronze, actually a big fight. I apologize for missing this on the top. Very cool that Bronze is actually used on the water, but such a massive fight. And I expected Silas to come out here from the side of Omega, but it's all kind of heroic ships, hammer ships and sea ships. He needs to be careful though, he doesn't want to lose any units. It's a nice little close battle here they have going on the water. But he's also started making Hippocons, and he's got his 3 heroes, so he has a pretty nice army on land. Meanwhile, Joe has managed to push up. He's taken his second, he's established his Migdal, and Brickhead is just huge. He's got 3 town centers, he's got a decent fish boom going on, and he's putting up that hill fort, so he's got a nice array of units. Let's take a look at the text being researched now. We see Stratus going up to the heroic gauge, Viral also going up Hathar. And actually, Omega getting Thraxian horses, so he's planning on going hard on the cab this game. There goes Forest Fire being cast. I didn't quite see it doing much damage, but it does open up this location. We've got Viral making Axemen, aren't going to do very well against all the rated cavalry of Brickhead, and he's actually being pushed off gold here, so the ODC team need to be really careful. They do have this gold mine established here on the left side for Armani, but the other 2 players, once the gold mines are out in their bases, are going to struggle to really find a place to get gold. So nice relic there for Brickhead, getting gold gathers faster. We probably expect Joe to take this back TC and actually go Berserk for Town Center mode. And he's starting to put the pressure now on Stratus. Stratus doesn't have any land army on account of building so much on water. He's struggling to stay up here. He does have a lot of villagers, but if we look here, he's got 9 idle villagers. That's just not going to cut it. So we should see him dying to this push. Does he have his towers upgrading? Yes, he does. So that's going to help a little bit. But there are 3 siege towers here. And doesn't really have a way to deal with them. If he massed 5 dryads, that would be decent for now, because there's not a lot of priests on the side of Joe. But here comes the AE, and that will have Stratus dying. He's got too many idle villagers here. And on the back of that, let's take a look at this side here. We still got some fights. Viral's mixing in some spearmen, which is good, but there is just the Jarls coming in are just so strong. And he's got such a better economy, so there's only a small time window here. What DoDC really needs to do if they're going to have any chance of getting back in this game are cast some really potent locusts. Their big issue in this game was they got their Ra's Heroic, but they never actually cast their locusts, which was very key to nullifying the economy advantages from DoDA from having won the water. But yeah, anyways, so this AE is too strong. Very hard for Gaia to deal with this on account of not having any heroes, and especially Stratus invested so much in the water that he never made any land army. So now he's pretty much dead. I mean, he's got 1 town center, but if we look, he has 1 military academy making Contarius. Contarius is a good unit to have right now, definitely. He should be throwing down a bunch more racks, but I don't know how much try to see. He's got quite a bit of wood, but the problem is he's off gold. So there you go. They throw in the towel. Joe's got that forward McDowell. Brickhead actually ended up taking this back down town center. And Omega actually ended up losing the... ooh, shifting sands happened. Trying to figure out where it happened. But didn't see it. Brickhead's casting his flame weapons, going berserk, attacking this location. Viral doing a good job, but now he's out of gold. Hey, yeah, this McDowell should be going down. A nice flaming weapons here from Brickhead. This Cartuchos, though, doing some good damage. And a nice amount of priests here from him. However, Brickhead's not making those smith units right now. He's not making those battle boars, so it's not helping too much. There goes the Locust, actually being cast in this location. Trying to buy some time, prevent Joe from going 4 TCs and taking this town center. But fortunately for him, Strasus was out of gold. Didn't make a market. So like Strasus could have held a lot longer here. I don't know. I think it was a little bit premature resign, but it's okay. It wasn't a bad resign by any means. So there goes the shifting sands into Locust. Hilarious play here into resign. I like this. So that's going to be game 1 here. Well played from both teams here. Just a little bit unfortunate on the bottom side. We kind of expected a similar situation to happen where they would fight land and water, win the water quickly, and then it should have been okay for that for DoD C on the back of 2 Raws and a Rain, but unfortunately the pocket made a little bit too many ships and wasn't able to recover in time, so folded to this AE push. I don't expect the pocket, a Gaia pocket, to not die. I mean, they're always going to die to that push, but they should ideally be able to buy a lot more time for their teammates to do something than what happened here. So that's game 1. Good game, well played. Taking a look at the post game, Brickhead taking the total score. Best economy. He went 3 TCs the quickest. He went the best ups and the best mythology. Looking at the economy, he didn't win anything specifically, but across the board, he had a good... Oh man, Armani was huge. He had 109 civilian units. That's a lot of fish, a lot of vills, and potentially some trade as well. In the military, Brickhead, of course, had the most units killed and made the most units. Didn't lose that many units, so good trading from him. A nice 18 ups. Not really any myth units being made this game, which is a little sad. And finally, looking at the timeline, we see that AE push and Strasus just kind of going down, everyone else going up. GG, well played. Let's move on to game number 2.